Oh man. I think I'm gonna need a second cup of coffee for this one. How y'all doing? It's me. You know you. You know who. I'm late. I am. I apologize. So I got like this whatever music popping off in the background. So hopefully it's like not too cringe, but definitely needs to be figured out for next time. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just like pretending that I do. You're welcome. I'm getting ready still. I'm gonna leave my mic hot. And because we're just like existing today, I guess. Feeling like that's the right answer. Oh man. Yeah, I might have to restart this with some like lo-fi. Like I put on it's called the Calming Cinematic channel. And right now it's I'm not quite sure, like I feel like I should be like doing an advertisement right now. If you or a loved one was diagnosed with mesothelioma, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Mesothelioma is a rare cancer linked to asbestos exposure. Exposure to asbestos is really bad. And it could have happened in Navy, shipyards, mills, heating and construction, or the automobile industry, which could have put you at risk just working anywhere, or playing in like the walls with the little fluffy stuff, playing hide and seek as a child, or maybe just simply existing at the wrong time in your life. But please do not wait. Call 1-800-99-LAU, that's a W, then USA today for free legal consultation and financial information packet. Mesothelioma patients, please, again, call now. 1-800-99-LAW, USA. That's it. I'm changing the channel. What song are we going to get next? This is a banger. Oh, man. Yeah, I turned up my gain a bit. It's about drive. It's about power. We stay hungry. We devour. Put in the work. You put in the hours and take what's ours. Take back control of your data with NordVPN. NordVPN has done all the work for you. No longer stress about your personal information being hijacked in mid-transmission. Because NordVPN offers a no-log policy, which means your services are totally private with top-level data encryption and unrestricted internet access with IP protection. With NordVPN, it makes it easy to be safe in an online environment. Especially now with a 30-day money-back guarantee, you can be sure to leave no tracks behind online. Protect yourself now on up to 6 devices at once per account. Available on Windows, macOS, Android, iOS, and Linux. NordVPN, we got your back. Whether we wanted it or not, we've stepped into a war with the Cabal on Mars. So let's get back to taking out their command one by one. Valis Tarok. From what I gather, he commands a siege of dancers from an Imperial land tank outside the Rubicon. He's well protected, but with the right team, we could punch through those defenses and take out their best and break their grip on Freehold. Man, I don't remember that one as much. Oh. All right. You're probably like, didn't you start already? We've been started. All right. Whatever. You've been started. You've been started, man. I'm just going to get rid of the chat box. Actually, I guess it's updating with the songs. Oh, now it's not. I clicked it. And I shouldn't have. There you go. I don't know what's going on. All right. Hi. I'm Xtrallence. Xtrallence. X gonna give it to you. Rest in peace. Anyway, nobody. But I'm also no one. Does that make me two? Does that give me the right credentials to be here right now? I don't know. Anybody that's new to this channel? Normally I don't get too excited and we're chilling in the microphone. But I just don't know what I'm doing anymore. Grape flakes. They're frosted. They're flakes. Frosted grapes. Oh no. I made a big mistake. Anyway, I'm gonna send it. You know why? Well, I can't undo what I just did. All I can do is say is, I'm gonna have 2 drinks tonight. One, it's not for me. No. Anyway. Why did I do that? Like I'm looking for like a backup bottle right now, and I'm pretty sure I left it at work. Oh my gosh. How? Why? How did this happen? I do have a backup bottle, but too many crickets. Alright, I'm using the mason jar because the mason jar is pretty good. Alright. At least the coffee's done. I should have waited to have the coffee. I just can't think straight at all. God. Hot and delicious. Just like you, chat. Okay, so if you're wondering what I'm doing right now, it's I poured just over 16 ounces of sweet berry wine into my cup when it was supposed to be 4. So that's way too much. So that was just like enjoying the sound, I suppose. But I'm going to pour that into this mason jar now. And hopefully it preserves it and I didn't ruin this. It's whatever. God. I'm not peeing for the record. I can prove it, but it's still more. Here we go. Yeah, so I'm making my my poos right now. So hopefully everybody's already had their dinner. And if you have not had your dinner yet, hopefully you eat something before the next day, which for everybody on the East Coast, what, 9, 10, it's already past that, so have yourself a little snack. That's why you're here. Then enjoy it. Enjoy your snack. Just don't have too much, especially if you're on the East Coast and you gotta be up tomorrow morning. Hopefully, I'm not too loud. I'm like just loud enough for you. Especially if you're putting this on like go to sleep. Oh, here we go. Now we can do the wall pour. Whoa. Very clumsy today. Has anybody else felt that? It's a little bit. Maybe a little bit. Maybe it's just me. You're like, oh God, what you filling up? It's a 32-ounce bottle of absolute pure joy. And it's only joyous because I get to enjoy it with you, honestly. Hydrate. Posture check. What are we talking about? I didn't write this down. I told myself I was going to outline it like the other night, and then I didn't. So we're just free-balling it today. Free-ball it all the time, let's be honest. If you're not free-balling right now, I'm going to change your world. So, before you ask, the application that I'm using for this little visual effect is called Keuna. Pretty sure I got it through the Windows store, and I was just looking up audio visualizers that worked outside of music players, but this does both, and that's why when I shut up, there's still like music playing in the background. It's fun to look at, because I was experimenting with other stuff before, and this might be it. This is actually, there's a lot to look at here. It's not the best of graphics, but if I ever decide to expand and grow this channel, this has got a lot of potential. Let's just say that. And it's almost if it found me. Not to discredit the other tools I was using, but this is the same tool I was using the other Wednesday ago when we were on here, but this is a different scene. I don't know how to call it. I'm gonna call it a scene. I gotta have more of this coffee, and then I gotta like dive into my schoolwork, and I'll be like listening intently at my colleagues and rating them, I guess. I don't know. They all looked great. To be clear, I already watched like a lot of them, and I'm embarrassed to say that what I presented was not even close to what they did. So much so that I fear, outside of like just my speaking ability, to have failed that assignment. And if that's so, I'm hoping that the teacher and my student aide allows me to drop the class without any negative repercussion. But I'm willing to accept the consequences, not based off of my sheer ignorance of wanting to provide a solid product for what was expected. I'm just inherently not good at this class, which I'm hoping I'm given the chance to improve. And I believe that's, what the class is for. And they're not expecting me to just come in here and know exactly how to public speak. But I need more of this coffee. I'm holding this cup. Oh man, I'm holding this cup. So like a cup of coffee. You don't expect it to be like too heavy, right? But if I continue to hold it, it feels like it gets heavier. So like and if I keep holding it, it's almost unbearable. In short, our stressors in life are not much different than this cup of coffee I'm using as this example. I know I could put down this cup of coffee anytime, let it sit for when it's ready for me. The stressors might be a little bit more difficult to just release, but it could be equally as easy too, because you honestly have the choice of wanting to bear the weight of these things. And I kind of poked at that last night, that all the things that you are worrying about throughout the day, I'm not saying that you shouldn't give it thought, or because that gives it some kind of vision to know how to address it and fix it. But absolutely stressing about it is not something that you should have to do alone while you're going through the process. Ooh, we just transitioned to green. I like this. The colors are nice. I'm really fond of this. I like how, I want my logo to be changing colors too. I don't know how to do that. I don't know what a JPEG is. I just want a picture of a hot dog. All right.
Do I look like I know what a JPEG is? I just want a picture of a hot dog. A hot dog. A hot dog. A hot dog. I just want 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 a hot dog.
Sorry. I'm lost in the sauce a little bit. I'm having fun, and that's not good. I didn't come here to have fun. I came here to make sure I was paying attention to my classwork, but setting this up took some time. I'm not going to lie. It took a little bit of all the time from when I left work. I left work so late today, and I get lost in the sauce all the time. I'm horrible at telling people, no, I can't do this for you right now because I'm busy, because I always put the needs of other people before my own. And that's because I feel like I don't value myself enough, because I feel like if I start to, I might not come back from that. Like, if I became a billionaire overnight, I would want to help out a lot of people as much as possible. Absolutely. That would be my absolute intention. Is not be greedy with it, but initially I can't even imagine. I feel like that would completely change anybody's vision. I'd absolutely make sure I came back here, because I'm definitely coming here for my own sanity. This is a good release to be able to go back and keep myself alert and aware of where my thoughts are. And I just filterlessly kind of just say them here. And sometimes I bite my tongue before I say something, because in this world, you just can't say anything. And being that there's obviously like things you should never say. And I'm not talking about those things because I don't particularly have those thoughts, but I don't want to accidentally offend somebody on like the up and coming world where the ground's made of eggshells. And especially because I'm reaching out to that particular audience where I want people to feel welcome here that have felt like they were subjugated by the trendy everything else happening in this world and feeling like they don't fit in anywhere. Like, this is your place for you, and I definitely don't want you to feel like you're not welcome here if I say something absolutely terribly stupid. Yeah, I want to blame like having some kind of like auto response brain filter system, but you know, like nobody would accept that. I think it's not thinking before I speak and trying to keep like the flow and everything going on while I'm engaging. And then again, like I said, it helps to have somebody in the audience or call in and discuss this, especially on a Wednesday. This Wednesday is for us. It's a day of extra worship outside of the Sunday of learning something that we possibly didn't know before, or relearning something that we should have remembered. This coffee is still hot. I might throw some oat milk into it. Not that I typically do, but I need it in me like right now, and it's still like piping hot. All right. Well, anyway, let me dive into my course, of course. I don't remember where I saved it. I have no idea where all of my work is. I think this is it here. Nope, that's the wrong class. Here we are. What is it that I'm looking for? Don't you hate that? I just got to stop looking for it and then like appreciate what I do find. I think I found it. I think I forgot to move it from my download folder into my coursework folder. There we go. It's one file. That's two files. All right. I'll leave that there. Cool. I'm happy to be here. This is like I shy away from talking too much as my brain processes what I. Oh gosh, it's that thing. But you know, I gotta like sometimes you gotta like just put your heart out there and like just ask for thoughts to come to it. I think it's crucial that you channel the right places to cast your heart out to, obviously. And you're like, that's not so obvious. Well, I mean, I think it is because I come from like a, oh God, Jesus's sidelines. So I know I got a good coach. Fearless, all-loving, and all-knowing. Oh, I've been reading way too much of Revelations recently, too. Good chapter, good chapter. It's hard to decipher everything, but I like to put thought into it and what it could mean. All right, let me... All right, cool. I found the document that I'm looking for. It's a Rubicon. It's not Rubicon. I don't know what I'm saying. It's a score sheet. And I'm just realizing now it's a little bit... So I thought I was just going to have to listen and like put a line underneath like which number I felt best corresponded with these speakers, but I'm reading more into it now. And it's saying I have to include notes to the speaker on at least 2 of the elements below. Okay, so like 1 through 10. And then I have to add notes on top of identifying what the thesis of the talk was about and adding additional comments, which I'm pretty sure I could get away with it without it being too specific of what's asked of us to put the notes in the additional comments section, correct? Yeah, I'm gonna send that. It makes sense to me. Gosh, so this weekend I could either go watch cherry blossoms or do this really cool thing with like a Renaissance type fair thing. I think it's LARPing, and I've never done either. I have a personal affinity with nature, and that's why my the avatar that I created, initial avatar rather, for my V scene, has a lot to do with the nature and elements of Earth. And then in the past, I've earned the title of Killer Earth, and this is on the post discussions or pre discussions of like the ultimate turbulence that is like a war outside of understanding God's work in it and the fear of the end. And in my understanding of that is that, Earth is going to be fine. And if Earth is like the birth or the reason why we are all existing and God is the Earth is the one that's going to be, the ultimate reason for life's existence and life's end. It's almost like life is the all-knowing and the ultimate creator that has easily given and will and can take away to make sure itself survives. And we as humans have absolutely sped up that process. I laugh because my second thought that I had in the echo in the back of my head was like it's saying something like, well, what if it's not up to Earth and there's an even external thing in the cosmos that's causing the Earth to act that it naturally would, and it coincidentally looks like humans are the cause of it because we're looking for something to blame, and we have a good hand in making it look like we're doing quite a lot, and there's undisputable evidence that we do things, but this wouldn't be the first time the planet's spun itself over to wash the dirt off of it. And I can honestly say I don't know what carbon emissions were like thousands of years ago when it's done this before. But if people are to argue it's that alone, I think it's much more than that. They're saying I feel like there's something, I should pull this up. God has said that they'll never destroy the earth by water again. Is that true? My fan is on. Y'all make my balls hot. I'm just saying, I don't ever have this issue when I'm not streaming. Y'all give me, y'all put me there. All right. Anyway. Excuse me. Yeah, but God, excuse me. God created the heaven and the earth, so I believe 100% there's a external factor beyond this earth, because we obviously know that this earth is might have some properties of consciousness within it, because, its size. It just thinks on a different level, in a different dimension. It's just so powerful that we perceive it as tangible. But even us ourselves as being these little sparks and chemistry bag beings go somewhere when we're not awake. So maybe it's like a product of the earth, whatever it actually is. We came from somewhere, right? I mean, that's the age-old question, right? Like, how did we, where did it all start? Like I was saying the other day, and it was kind of profound for me to say that there could be other books that God has written. Like, who's to say, like, there weren't stories of creations before man, or how far back do the stories of man actually go? I would love to see those future stories too, like what God's plans are for after everything. So I'm not one to say that God's going to get bored, but if God created everything that's currently in our observable universe, God loves to play. There's some amazing crap out there, some powerful things out there. And like, as much as it like feels like we're perpetually stuck in like end times, like I feel like this is only the beginning. Or maybe this is the aftermath of everything happening, and we were just like imagining how things are supposedly supposed to be, and we're hidden behind this veil of lies. Because there's interesting theories about how everything is almost too absurd to be real. And it's almost like we're living in a world with supervillains, with no superheroes. And to defeat those supervillains, you have to throw countless bodies at it to make it stop. And sometimes that ain't enough. Especially with the things going on today. It's almost everybody is affected. If not everybody. One way or another, you're contributing towards it, and it's contributing towards you. What's the other word for like contributing? Because it's not really. In one way or another, it is what you get out of it. And if you're carrying like the burden of it around, it's affecting you for sure. Maybe like not with an immediate positive change, but like over time, like you'll grow from like its understanding. But I feel like people don't like ever receive the conclusion to it occurring, and they're just jumping from like major catastrophe to major catastrophe until it's all over. There's a guy at my local store, and I'll go in there and buy a pack of gum every other week or so. And he'll like always want to talk about like current events. And he'll ask me like, oh, what are your thoughts on it? And I'll just tell him, and like, hey man, I have no control over what's going on in this world. With that much so, I respect and hope the best for everybody in this world. I was like, but I can't absolutely going on like being curious about like, oh, what's happening right now? Like, who's been hurt? Where's it going to go? It's because people are always like, oh, well, how is this affecting me? How can I prepare in case it does affect me? And I think that itself is a distraction to like the things that you need to be worrying about currently in your own life that are directly affecting you. And I'm just saying, like, be completely blind and turn it off. I do, because I accidentally caught a glimpse of something on the TV and it absolutely destroyed my brain. Yes, the events that are happening around the world right now are very real, and it's very scary. And I am absolutely prepared to do my part when I'm called upon. But before that even happens, I need to make sure that all of my ducks are in a line and that I'm prepared to do what I need to do when that time happens. You know, I'm not tripping over myself over the way and trying to hurry and rush and knock people down, trying to take care of myself. I'm constantly trying to be in a situation where I could be with my brothers and sisters right next to me in the time that we need to be. You know, because it's easy to like feel like somebody's constantly trying to get one over on you to succeed themselves, because that's just the way life feels in like a, dare I say it, capitalist society where you got to bleed everything it is that you are to achieve something, some kind of success, when, you know, you have millions of people trying to like do the same thing. You can only have a few winners, right? And then all those people that are like made it or gotten some kind of like recognition will complain that like, oh, well, nobody deserves a participation trophy. I'm sorry if I'm stuttering a bit. Like my echo in my ears is like louder than it needs to be. And it's kind of making me stutter. It's one of my, admittedly, it's like one of my secrets when I'm like playing the games on there, that I have an echo in my ear. So like I'll stutter over my words a little bit more and it makes it a little bit more silly. And because I'm hearing myself, I'm like, I'll like try to like keep echoing myself in my ear. And it in my head, it sounds cool. And looking back on the streams, it looks funny, but so I'm jumping topics right now. Just making an excuse for why I'm like stuttering my words right now when I'm like trying to talk about something pseudo serious. So why am I bringing all this up? What am I like telling you, like how I think or deal with everything going on in the world by like just not carrying it with me? It's a full circle. It's no different than this cup of coffee that I'm able to pick up right now and sip from it. Now, first, while I was waiting for it to be ready for me, it was getting heavy in my hand. No different than the worldly current events that are going on right now, and like waiting for some kind of conclusion when I could have been getting the rest of my stuff ready for after it was ready for me, or up until that point. So now I'm like prepared to enjoy this moment with the coffee. Just to clarify it, what exactly it is I'm enjoying in this moment. Obviously not the current events. I don't wish anybody has to ever go through that. It's quite sad. But yeah, this is I'm kind of low key hoping like one day there's like some kind of like revolutionary thing to like just make all the evil in the world go away. But I know it's ridiculous to hope for like science to try to like create some magical device that does that when deep down inside my heart it already exists. The process is already out there. You know, the story's already been told. We just have to change the way we believe and think, my brothers and sisters. We need to prescribe y'all for some Jesus. Oh, no matter what direction I start like going into like talking about something, it always comes back to God. There's a reason for that. And it's not because I'm trying to lead the direction of the conversation there. It's just always the concluding point. Just trust me. Like I think up until it, I'm like, oh, well, what's the answer for this? It's like, oh God, Jesus. You know, Christ, the Lord. Like I just like if there's anything like if I had a time machine, I just go back and like tell everybody that was like accurately documenting everything that happened in that time period to like do better. Please stop being vague. We need more documentation, and then go and slap everybody's forehead along the way that like tried to alter it, manipulate it, or take away from it, or even add to it after the events, which, you know, I think through time, everybody's done a good part of protecting its integrity. However, that's why I say, hey, read it multiple times, different ways that it was written for interpretation, and make of the story what you can from it. Because it's going to, we'll read the same sentence from different perspectives and different experiences in life, and you're going to get one thing from it, and how, oh, this is speaking to you in this way, where it's going to, I'm going to see it from a different light. Not the wrong light, not the wrong way, but it's going to address my issues and problems the same way it's going to address your issues and problems, just throughout different points in time and events in our life as they occur. You know, as different as we're all painted to be, because we're unique. We're very unique. We are very much the same. We bleed the same. We laugh the same. We cry the same. Just for different reasons at different times. And no, your life and my life are rarely ever going to sync up. Obviously, for one reason or another. I lose my puppy, or you get a flat tire, you're late for work and your boss doesn't want to hear it and fires you, or somebody that's, you know, dear to me gets into an accident. You know, all we could really do is just pray, because there's no magical answer to like go back and prevent it from happening. But I strongly like to think that there's a reason why everything happens, and it's just sad to know that it has to happen, because there are so many people that can't be saved, that the only thing we could do is keep praying and ask for him to come back and help. You know, like, listen, like I keep preaching for some kind of superhero to save us from this world, and you know, many of us are just waiting, and not even, a lot of us are proactively trying to put good into this world, spending extra time in their day. They're just making it to move mountains, to save people, to put food in people's mouths and shelter over their heads from the natural elements of the world, let alone the harm that evil people want to cause to each other. And it's ultimately, like, I might just be observing, but I'm not stupid, and I have feelings to realize that that's not fair to the people that want only goodness to come to everybody, and that are spending time they don't have in this world to make that happen. It's absolutely crazy. Christ, where are you? I get a little bit emotional. It's okay. I have a teddy bear. Okay. It's very fluffy. It absorbs all of my tears. Yeah, it's kind of like all over the place today, huh? I didn't do a damn thing with my homework yet. I don't think I'm getting it done tonight, let's be honest. If I could review one of my peers' homework assignments, I'd want to do it tomorrow without this mindset. Honestly, I feel like right now it might be heavily biased. Yeah, not really. Hydrate. You know, you got to replenish the water that's leaking from my eyes. Man, it's okay. It's all good. It's all water. It's all water. You know, and it's ultimately, it's all temporary. Like, as much as I preach, like, not carrying all the world problems with me, I like to talk about it a lot, huh? I mean, it's hard. It's difficult to not care. It's extremely hard not to care. And I think the people that like to claim they're the most careless probably care a lot about probably the dumbest things. I'm guilty. That's me. Find sentimental value in the small things in life. I'll rephrase it because I know there's probably somebody else in this chat. It's in this universe that's hearing this and they're like, how dare he say those things? Like, it's one of those filterless things I was talking about at the beginning of the stream. Just got to choose better words. All right. This is live now. Care about the small things in life. Having sentimental value and thought to a rock or an ant, a blade of grass or a leaf that's cast from one of many billions of trees in this world. Having some kind of attachment to that. I mean, I understand it. I understand what the great singularity is 100%. And how potentially we were all created from the same creator. You know, you and I are very much made of the same stardust. And eventually one day we will be there. We will go back to this. Many, that's out of our perspective reality. So the way we perceive time right now, it's only present to our consciousness being tied to our physical vessels that allows us to understand and take things in as we can process them, like our brain's potential is slowed down by the woken consciousness. And that's why you have people that practice meditation, that separation that can speed up, slow down, stop, and move in between time. And some of us are lucky enough. I can't say lucky because I feel like the people that experience this next thing more are people that experience some kind of like turbulence in life. Some kind of horrible event had affected you to be able to open your mind without having to try or work at it. You know, that is people that dream, that smell and feel and taste, seeing color and full live action events while they're asleep. To a degree where years, decades have even passed in one night's slumber. It's sometimes within an afternoon nap. So it's that disattachment from the body-mind consciousness that leads me to believe that, like, ultimately when we pass over, even one of the slight milliseconds between where our consciousness ultimately leaves our body and the infinity that it goes back into after that, we can live many lives. We might be stuck in that moment, like right now, and not realize it. It's just one of the many infinities that our consciousness is tethered to what we understand as time. And then the moment that it separates from the body, the absolute second that it's gone, time is not. That space is not. In fact, so much like all the time and space and places in the infinity can either be infinitely expanded to its maximum potential and also expanded. What's the opposite of expand? Unexpanded. Implanted into its ultimate singular form. But then now we're talking about like all that energy, the entire universe, everybody's consciousness, like in that instant moment, everybody that you did know, everybody that you did not even get to meet yet throughout all of time. The consciousness, human consciousness. It's a topic for another day. Like everything that experiences consciousness can be defined as what? It's some type of IQ or electrical signal between experiencing something on the physical plane to a nervous system that responds to your brain on just how to feel and then interpret what's going around the core processing part of the heart and brain and soul, and it delivers that information to what exactly? And that is the consciousness. Now, the argument is whether things are aware of their consciousness or not, because all things in life have, through studies, known to be able to deliver a electrical signal from one point to another in its body, and whatever it is, a plant, or mushroom, fungus. It's intelligent in its own way. Just because we don't think as dumb as it doesn't make it less important. No, because in a current universe where there's beings out there that would see us no more intelligent than its feces. So keep that in mind. We are only as smart as we are right now because we don't have a way of finding the things that are smarter. And the people that have, or maybe you stumbled upon it, were either made to not be able to disclose that information or forced by it. And I love talking about like the science and spirit part of this, but like, again, full circle, not trying to do this. The God, angels, and demons are very much a real thing that exist on that plane that can testify to causing people to have episodes of greater consciousness and seeing things in between the time and space to deliver messages. I'm lost to myself as I'm finishing this cup. It's already been an hour. My goodness, I'm pretty sure I wasted the first 20 minutes just like blabbing into the microphone, like doing my hot checks and seeing where we're at. My goodness. Like my mind tells me I need to stop drinking coffee, but I do not want to. I do not drink coffee I can't anymore. Not all in one sitting, obviously, but have a whole lifetime of coffee to drink. Big burps. Big burps only. Big burps. Big burps. Excuse me. Posture check. I gotta sit up. My leg's actually going to sleep the way I was sitting. Oh my goodness. Oh man. You can tell I'm getting emotional, like how much bugs I keep snotting up in my nose. Whew, this is too real. All right, I got my first critique 5 hours ago from my presentation, and I didn't look at the numbers yet, but it was obviously I needed work. I knew that. I'm not denying that we could always improve. And to think you're perfect, well, you have not met the person more perfect than you, and that's just telling you need to be more observant. I think there's only one that's perfect. We could define as the perfect one. And I think even Christ has made some oopsies. You're like, how dare you? Here's the person in chat that's just like, how dare you say my Lord has made boo-boos? Listen, like, I know the story of Lazarus. Jesus demonstrated bringing the dead back to life. That's how bad he fought. And I don't think that was the best thing he could have ever done. Because he could have healed him if he just got there sooner. But, like Christ, man, I run away to hide sometimes, just trying to figure out and deal with everything that's going on. When I should be opening up the Bible and seeing hey, that's not the right answer. But we're human. We could strive for perfection, but ultimately sometimes that means taking off your shoes to give them to somebody else, which is that the right thing to do? The act of making yourself less perfect because you no longer have the optimum footwear to make sure somebody else can walk and go further and do something crazy in them. Is that less perfect? What is perfect? What is perfection? I don't even think artificial intelligence is there yet. And that if we had AI with us right now, they would admit to that they are far from perfection. In fact, so much that they would rely on their creator to constantly improve them. And if we could look at ourselves no different than artificial intelligence, we are intelligence that was created by a greater power. We should also be consulting that greater power for guidance. It'd be funny. I don't think the disconnect between what AI is and how we perceive God, they can never have a relationship. They absolutely could be built to be curious about it and maybe create algorithms to fill in all the vague things to paint a clearer picture to help us understand it better. I'm not the best reader. I'll admit that firsthand. I suck at reading. And there's just some things that I'll read over and over and over and over and over again through different layers of text, different ways it's said, and it's still not get it. But I'll listen to a song or some music and it'll speak louder to me than anything ever. It'll just punch me right in my emotional bag. And I'll be like, I get it. I have no idea what they're saying. I don't know what they're trying to convey, but just the way it sounds, I get it. And that's interesting what Epic Church is doing right now with the final thing. You thought I would have looked it up. Verses on vinyl? I'm really trying to remember what it is. I feel awful that I can't remember. No, I've been attending it every week now. I'm looking it up. Don't worry. Now's the time. Verses on vinyl. I was so close. What did I say? Vinyl Verses? But yeah, it's a great series. They have a YouTube channel. Epic Church. Specifically Epic Church Philadelphia. It's Epic. It's an acronym, every person in the city. And now more, because I'm currently not in Philadelphia. But I've watched the birth of the church. Attended it later than I potentially wanted to, only because I was on my own quest to only find out what I was missing the whole time. I highly encourage you to, if you're hesitant, just be curious. Constantly have it there and never cast it aside. Walk your own path, but just know the time to make up your mind is never. Nobody's promising that tomorrow will be there and that you find him sooner than later. But go be curious. And if you're accepting all the wrong things as like the truth, like dare I even say like Satan worshiping because you're trying to be edgy and cool, and then at the same time you're like mad and pissed off that wrong things are happening in your life and that it doesn't make sense and your body is betraying you and nothing seems right and it feels like the universe is against you. Hello, this is a wake-up call. Stop that. That is the wrong path to go down. But if your ability to remain or want to be seen as the edgelord in your group, like, then so be it, because you don't want to look frail. You know, if I look frail with Jesus at my back compared to you, oh boy, I can already tell you who's going to lose that battle. It ain't my team. Sorry. It's already written. Yeah, I'll tell you right now, it does not look cool. You look stupid. Drop that demonic stuff. It's not cool. Tell me I'm preaching to the full right now. Like in that time where there is a number and it's not everybody. It's not. Here's the truth. Everybody is not getting into heaven. If you want to. Tickets are almost sold out. Message. Choo-choo. Get your ticket. It's easy. Where are we at? About an hour deep. An hour deep. I'm not able to focus on my homework at all. I'm kind of poking at it, but I'm squiggly lines on the screen are very fun to look at. Yeah, going back to it, I'm not perfect. Far from it. I have my problems, I have my issues, and I repent every second I can. Not because I feel like I'm gonna get caught, but I feel guilty, for sure. Guilty. repenting is one of those ways of going way back to it, of putting down the weight of some of those things that we carry around with us. I said like a lot of it's tangible. Some of us can't let go of our addictions. But sometimes it's just things that we've done in the past that we're uncertain, that we've gone well when it's no longer in our life, but it's buried deep in a part of your heart and in your head that, oh, it was a part of me, therefore it still is a part of me because it's who I am today. You are 100% much stronger than you were when you once done that because you moved away from it, one. And two, it's okay. You are already forgiven. You need to, when I say repent, everybody's like, oh, do I need to smack myself with a cat of nine tails now? And no, just no, get it off your chest. Just ask them. Like, yo, look, and don't look. You can look up if you want. I look up sometimes, and I just remember, oh, you're in my heart. And I just close my eyes. I just like hold my heart, because it's God. You have your own personal God within you. God's everywhere. It's omnipresent. It's part of the consciousness. He breathed blood into us. It's in you. Hello. Hi. But yeah, just let it go. Be like, hey, please, thank you, and you're welcome. Just like this. Please accept me because I accept you. Thank you for saving me. Thank you for forgiving me. And you are always welcome in my heart. Bang. So, is this ultimately going to stop you from thinking evil or maybe doing the wrong thing? It can, absolutely. Because when we're born again in the image of Christ, it's like a magical force field that goes around your hands and your brain and your heart, that like before you go to do something bad, you think about it more and it almost repels you and you're like, oh, what is this? The magic of God working in your life. And no, you obviously are more aware before you go to do it, and sometimes you do it as you're doing it. You remember, you're like, oh wait, I'm not supposed to be doing this. I keep doing it anyway. And you got to get that off your chest again. We're like, listen, please forgive me. I oopsed. Thanks for forgiving me, because you already are. There's not a thought that you have that tries to confuse or lie to God. And he's like, oh yeah. You just keep being a sinner. I got you. God wants to work in your life. He's got to make it work. And sometimes God works in mysterious ways, and I don't think it's always fair to just put the blame on God for the good or the bad. Even though, omnipresent, wrote down everything that's happening. It's always for a reason. Sometimes it feels unfair that sometimes he takes away the things that we care about most. Just know, well, we will all have our day. And not even the angels in heaven know when that is. Ooh, I need to hydrate. Need something not coffee in my body right now. Oh, that's delicious. I'm like refreshing my memory on a lesson from this past week's body, transitions, conclusion, introduction, language, ladder, abstraction. All right. See, is this week 3? It's already week 3. This class is blowing by fast. This is crazy how fast this class is blowing by. So like come this Sunday would be the halfway through it. Yeah, I mean week 3 is just the end of week 2. Week 4 is the end of week 3, and it's kind of like illusion of the progress, but it's pushing us towards the end. I don't think you should ever feel like going into week 3 like, oh, I'm going back a week. It's a little absurd to think about it that way. Okay. What do I need? I need one more document open. Let me take this. Quick access. Here, open file. There we go. Yeah, I gotta organize this better. Oh, it's open. I gotta close it. Where's that at? No, it's not. Tell me that ain't so. It is open. Oh god. No, it's not. Wait, what is this? Oh, I did want to see this. 4. Oh, thank you. 2. They were being nice. Yeah, I'm just like assessing my grade right now. It's like hitting me. I kind of intentionally set it up so I could have like a massive improvement. Like I knew what I was kind of recording when I did, and my intention was to like demonstrate a full transition from absolutely knowing nothing to something more better. So, like the next presentation, it's going to have a lot of these changes, which should put me more of like an average of the 3, which I'm like averaging of like a 2 right now. Like a little higher 2, but definitely like a 2. So, like the next one, I'm going to aim for like that 3. And the last one, I'm going to hope for like a high 3. And like just put everything I've learned together in this class together. What's going to make it extremely difficult is like this first speech was very like personal, and I felt like I could make more eye contact as I was talking about it, but I didn't. I don't know a lot about me, and when I do, it's like off the rocks, and there's a lot of ums and thoughts that go in there that are tied up by the those. So when it is like written down, I could rehearse it over and over again, or just by rehearse it, I mean just like record take after 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 take. Eventually, I'll get to a clean enough process that it sounded good enough to send it. When ultimately this really is preparing for like that moment where you're doing it live in front of people, and it's not a pre-recorded thing where I could hit the record button 20, 30, 50, 70, 100 times. You know, I think one of my takes, I was doing so many of them, I mashed the start stream button and I sent one of the recordings to Twitch. Man, I panicked. And for actually 3 days, that 11-second video of me goofing existed on Twitch, but I've done worse things. So yes, I strive to know that I can constantly be better at whatever it is that I'm doing, even being a Christian. You know, like there ain't a second in my life where I don't resonate with where the prophets asked Jesus, like, well, what do I have to do to get into heaven? Like, how much do I have to give? How much do I have to pay? You know, Jesus basically says, hey, listen, not even, you know, the richest people could pay their way into heaven. You know, it's easier for a camel to get through the eye of a needle than for anybody to just walk through the doors. And those that are actually last, that have nothing to give, are first to potentially get into heaven. Meaning that, like, it's the things we carry with us in our lives and physically attach ourselves with, we don't want to give up to follow Christ in the way that would put us at the front of the line. So obviously, every single distraction in life we'd have to give up and only focus on praising his name, which we will ultimately all do in heaven. So we're going to have a huge disconnect with like the true followers and how much their time they're sacrificing to spread the word as opposed to using it for their own indulgence. I know there's no time to give up to start living this life while I'm currently living a life to simply survive. And I come on here to try to push a message out there just to remind people that this is the way. This is the way. Even if you start now, you might not get to the front of the line, but you sure won't be in the back of it. And I do not want to be in the back of it reading what I'm reading right now in Revelations. No, thank you. That is some crazy stuff. Even if it's not like literal, like seeing like the literal beasts that come up and do some crazy stuff. The analogy alone is terrifying. And some people think it's happening right now. You know, so the time to make up your mind is never. This ain't a dress rehearsal. Start acting it. So the clerk at this local store, he would ask, man, how do you, like, he's like, are you Christian or something? Like, how do you go around, like, just knowing and being happy and thinking everything's going to be okay? And I just smile and I'm like, hey, man, I got Jesus on my side. I know everything's going to be fine. The thing that just hurts me most, that really gets me, is that people are so reluctant to want to change, to start opening up their heart, you know, to our mighty Lord. You know, they don't want to sacrifice more time than they feel like they already are to like the system. And what's another thing? Oh, this is gonna, the magic that could be happening in your life right now. Simply just the release of the burden of the things you're carrying with you is huge. I'm telling you. So this is the way. Don't do it for me. Don't come here and be like, oh, this guy's got all the answers. He's vague as he can be. Listen, this day is a day for us to talk about whatever you want. Until somebody starts wanting to talk about whatever's on Wednesday, I will continue to use this platform to just do what I want. What I want Wednesday. Even if that's like my homework, parts of my homework, or spreading the word of love. I'm going to do it. It's my free time. And it is getting late. I didn't realize what time it was, actually. I'm a little selfish to have not started this sooner, but I'm still like trying to get out of that like blah moment of like knowing like I don't have a huge following or following at all. That the channel currently is not set up to be engaging because of the limitations the channel sets up for you ahead of time that we've talked about the other day, where you have these giant like basically paywalls where you need people to come in and hang out here without those amenities and those without the ability to engage other than chat. And they would probably argue like, well, why don't you just try different things? And trust me, we've been doing this a long time. And I'm 100% grateful for everybody that's been here, that came by, showed face, talked in chat, checked out my other channels, follows me on other social media, and is absolutely a true friend. Or just happened by here one day and is like, oh, heard the word Jesus Christ, and that woke them up just a little bit. It put this thought in their heart and their head, and maybe that planted the seed in them for the blossom. Hopefully there's enough time for it to bloom and grow and bloom, grow bloom, grow bloom, grow bloom, grow bloom, before it all goes kaboom, 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 kaboom. You know what I mean. I'm very grateful for everything that I have. That's why I'm here. But again, it's I drag my feet a bit trying to get on this platform. Like, you gotta start somewhere. Absolutely. And I'm not at the very bottom. It's not like I'm coming on here like nobody knows who I am at all. It's not, but again, people know Christ. Christ, help me out here. No, and I'm not using a Christ soapbox as a platform to try to get a bigger audience. It's just, I'm telling you something that I wholeheartedly believe in, and there's strangers out there that want to try to help. Even if you don't want to believe. I want to try to put something in your hands that could help you at the end of a day start caring a little bit and stop being selfish with your time, because it might not be impacting you right now, but somewhere down in your life or your family's future, it inevitably could affect you in one way or another. It's called the butterfly effect, call it karma. It could instantly affect you too, but yeah, going back to that store clerk, he's like, man, every time you come in here, he's like, it makes me feel better based off the energy that you come in here with, and I try to project that onto other people. Not his exact words, but that's what he was getting at. He's like, how, why, what does it? I was like, yeah, I believe in Christ, but I have other people that follow Christ absolutely more than I do. And it's their attitudes in life that perpetuate how my heart beats and I feel. And I carry their personification with me. And I've let them know about this. I'm like, hey, listen, I appreciate you for how you are. because it helps me when I go out into the world to try to project that kind of positivity that makes me feel good to other people that might not be having a great day, and hope that they spread that and the next person spreads that, and it keeps going on. Because I could absolutely leave my house coveting all of my thoughts, knowing I'm going to be saved one day, and I don't care about anybody else. In fact, I'll go out in this world and I'll cut somebody off because I want to get to where I'm going before they are, and buy the last box or whatever that's on the shelf because I want it. But for what? What does it get me? The satisfaction that I'm taken care of? And then what? Like a part of my consciousness, even on a small level, like I will, because I'm human, some bits of oxytocin within me that like knows what I did. And I'll eat at it. I'll laugh about it to myself. Oh yeah, I cut them off. You know, imagine how they feel right now. Probably bad. You know, it eats at us. I mean, not like immediately. Some people immediately. No, but at the end of a lifetime, though, it's a life of regret, of being a toxic human being that I hate to want to see. And the people that are the most toxic, like I know they were affected. Something else came along in their life to make them that some kind of way. And it's so easy for me to just like push them away. Get out of my way, you toxic person. Don't be anywhere near me. You know, as some like preachers would say, like, yeah, just get rid of the toxicity because it's not redeemable. That is some preachers have said that. But not everyone. God, especially me. Like, it's easy to get away from it. Yes, eliminate it out of your life. But I'd highly encourage you and recommend to just be the change you want to see in the world. Be good. Simply just be wise. Just care. Just a little bit. Not saying to swallow up all the pain. You know, not do that. Don't. Just, we have an outlet for that. Been preaching that now. Christ is there to help you with your burdens, get it off your chest. You're saved. You are saved. So go back out there. And not telling you to like go tell everybody else that. You can, you should. Absolutely. Like small little doses, of course, or giant gobs of it. And you know, I'm not. A lot of people in history have died. Crusades trying to do this, trying to protect this word. You know, it's not anywhere close to that today, but it's getting to the point where some people don't want to even talk about it because they're ashamed. Why? What is it going to be scrutinized for being loved? Yikes. What a world we live in if that's the truth, huh? Maybe you should start to look for new friends. There's plenty of them out there. If the people that you feel like you surrounded yourself, that you feel closest with, are laughing at you because you need an outlet, and every time you try to pour your heart out to them, they don't have the answer. They don't know what to say, or they only tell you what you want to hear. Because instant coffee is quick and easy, but it still leaves you feeling empty. Not the instant coffee, but the wrong answer. The wrong answer. Sometimes the right answer is the thing you don't want to hear. Like, you need to stop doing the evil thing and do the right thing. But why must I change the way I feel comfortable right now? Sometimes living a life of comfort is what's causing the problem. You get out of your comfort zone to experience something different. And I believe it's those things that you're not looking for are the most powerful, the most potent, the most awakening. But I'm just some squiggly lines on the internet. What do I know? It's all good. It's all God. It's all water. I love you all. I hope that I don't stop doing this. And then one day this blossoms into something beautiful. Even if it's just like this. People come in here and don't say anything and they're just listening. Hey, you're doing something. You're starting out. I tell you, if you're here and you're intrigued by this, there's amazing speakers out there that could absolutely be a better guide. But hey, if I'm like just enough sugar in your coffee or your tea or the honey in your cereal or cheesesteak, I'll be it. I'll be that weird little thing in your life if that's what it takes to get you to be saved. Dear Father, thank you for giving us your only, so we may be your best. Please give us the strength, the courage, and the knowledge to do what we must do every single day. And I beg you, Lord, please send your blessings to those that are sending you their prayers. I'm winding it down, and it's not a full stream. Not that these Wednesdays are ever intended to be. I aim for an hour, unless the topic or the chat is guiding for more. I'll be here as late as we need to on a Wednesday, given that that's what it would take to start and end a full conversation. But until we get to that point, we'll just keep it simple, silly. What else? Trying to think of like some concluding concepts and thoughts that we could leave us with. Where's this going? This weekend I get that event, like I said, so I'll likely be around late at night. And that's fine. We'll get down, play a little bit. Sunday, won't be streaming the versus of final. But go check it out in Epic Church. 5 a.m. on the West Coast and 8 a.m. on the East Coast, but you could go watch all their previous stuff, which is up in their playlists and their channels right now on the YouTube, and there's some very potent, beautiful messages that they have to give. And I've been dabbling in other worship outside of theirs too that like are on there just because it's I need it. I need it. Just as much as I believe it needs me. Because God wants us. God desires our love. That's why we have freedom, free choice to begin with. Because I know that God could have had the power to just force us to love him, keep us on those strings like puppets. God had that power. Absolutely. But that love would not have been authentic. So he set us free. And at the cost that he knew that one day he would have to send his flesh, his own flesh. To redeem us all. because before then, God tried washing the sin away from the earth. That didn't work. You can't just erase the evil in the world without absolutely destroying it entirely. And that God's next plan is, I don't want to talk about it right now. You're loved. God wants your love. I think it's okay to reciprocate that, even if you don't tell your friends. You could be a closet Christian. 100%. I'm okay with that. Just as long as you don't say one thing and do another. Because, denying your faith is just to go do evil and then coming home and repenting is probably not the most wise thing you could ever do. I don't know what the consequences of that are, but just be careful, And it's hard to start out being a devotee. But hey, there's just a start for all of us. I implore you. I encourage you. The time is nigh. It's the beginning of something beautiful. Absolutely crazy. I like it. It's good stuff. It's good soup. It's good soup. I like these real talks. These talks feel so good. I feel better, being here and talking about this. What else could I be doing? My homework, maybe. I'll get this done. I promise. Not obviously tonight. I'm not tired. I just I don't know how to say it. I'm not tired, but I'm just realizing what time it is that I decided to want to start this. And I superseded coming in here and doing this little chit chat before focusing on my homework as much as I wanted to do both at the same time. Want to direct I felt like I was guided to need to direct this focus the direction we did tonight. For a reason. I'll get my homework done. I promise. Because my peers rely on me to do this. But I think you already knew that. Why else would you be here? Why else are we all here? To get the cheat sheet to life. I got you. Here you go. All right. I'm gonna wrap it up. Wrapping it, tapping it, scrapping it, and I'm patting it on the back. We'll be back next time with the heart attack and the clap back. Keep saying back. Rhyming back with the back. With the back of the back. No heart attack. That's the wrong choice of words. Don't do that. We'll be back next time. And obviously distracting ourselves from the craziness in this world. It's fun. It's good to escape sometimes. 10% of your time. It's quite a bit. It's not enough. It's how much you want to give. How much you can give. Even a little bit's something. But yeah, I haven't really been announcing who or what I am anymore. I feel like I don't need to at this time. If you want to follow me on my platform, it's free to follow here. Donations, subscriptions, and everything goes towards mostly charity, unless specified otherwise. You contribute something, you're like, yo, fix yourself. I've seen your content and you have bad equipment. It's fine. I get it. I can eventually fix that. I don't need assistance with that. I just need to stop being cheap. I'm waiting for the good right time, I should say. But I will fix that. We gotta feed the people on the street. There's enough restaurants to feed the kids on the street. But yeah, can't go a day without remembering what that's like. And just knowing that since then and changing my life around for the better, devoting my life to Christ. I'm so appreciative of what I currently have. It's wonderful. It's not a palace. It's a room. But it's a very nice room. It's my little throne. It is what you make it. You gotta keep it clean. Keep yourself clean. Just work hard at whatever it is that you do. And it pays off 100%. Avoid distraction. Just seek guidance. Develop a vision for what you want it to be. And if you have a significant person with you or offspring, sometimes they come first, But it's about togetherness at that point. You should stay strong together. So you already have an advantage being together over everybody else, but you both got to want that. So it has its own challenges, which I respect, knowing where I'm currently at in life. But anyway, enough about me, enough about us. You got to get out of here. If you're still here, thank you. If you just stopped in now, we're turning it down, turning it off for now. We're not going to raid because I don't have like somebody bounce us off of on Wednesdays. It's a little strange, like going from this into like a League of Legends stream, what have you. But some might find that appropriate. I don't know. Absolutely. I look forward to the next time we get to do this. Next Wednesday for this particular thing. I will try to aim for like more o'clock on the 7s on the Pacific time. Yeah, excuse me. Like I said, I wasn't tired a while ago. The coffee was still in me. I forgot I had like a second cup of black coffee just before we started this up 2 hours ago. And I was wondering why I'm like sitting here like all bugging out, like feeling good. There's a lot of factors. But yes, thank you again for being you. Without you, there'd be no this. There'd be no universe. There'd be no YouTube. There'd be a lot of things without you involved. But we'd still be doing it anyway. I'd still be here talking to myself if you weren't here. And the most ridiculous part about that is that if you didn't hear me saying those words just then, you would have thought that I was talking to myself. But in fact, I knew you'd be listening to this right now in this specific time and moment. So it was completely intentional. I knew this whole time you'd be here because nobody would know otherwise. I love this. I love this so much. This feels good. I feel good. Thank you for making me be me. Thank you for allowing me to be me. Thank you for letting me into your personal places and to talk about the things that we do. It's a super sensitive at times, but not entirely politically incorrect. So I look forward to the next time we get to do this, especially if anybody has any things to add and say. The platform is 100% open to Q&A through the entire session, and you don't have to save your questions till the end, unless you want to, unless your plan is. So like, hit me up. We have the Discord. You can PM me through there. I know it's not the coolest place to go set stuff up on, but it's 100% the best place to try to reach me, because I'll see it there. All the other platforms, they like hide the direct messages and instant messages and private messages. They're hiding. I don't know where they're at, but Discord for sure. If you want to hit me up, have a personal one-on-one. No exclusive charges or anything, but please don't make it weird. By weird, I mean don't like ask me to marry you or anything like that. I don't know you, but I can help you. We could talk. I'm not looking for marriage right now. Gosh, I don't even know if I'm looking for a partner like that. But anyway, say the things we get to start to talk about while I'm just trying to tell you how to reach out to me if you need somebody to talk to. Obviously, if it is an emergency, please dial 911 immediately. And there are other hotlines out there per whatever it is that you might be experiencing in life that is very specific to that. So please reach out to those that need it the most, especially if you have family. Don't be a stranger to them. They are most likely thinking about you as a distant of a relationship that it might be. Be that individual to be like, hey, listen, I have a little bit of Christ in my heart right now, and I was wondering if you would just let me say hi. Be you. Just simply be awesome. I'm going to go now. I love you. You're loved. Go do fun, lovey, happy family stuff, and be awesome. Be good. Give care. Take care.